and welcome to this very momentous occasion. At this time, I would like to welcome you all to the first graduating class of the North Central Charter Essential School. We are honored here tonight by the presence of Representative Eldridge and by Mayor Mylott, members of the Board of Trustees and founding members of the Board of Trustees, faculty and staff, as well as former faculty and staff, family, friends, but most importantly, the class of 2006. At this time, I would like to ask Mayor Mylott to come to the podium.
Thank you very much. One of the best things that mayors get to do is to go to graduations. It is absolutely the best time of my whole year, is being able to spend time at graduations. Yesterday I had the honor of being at the Harvard graduation in Cambridge because my assistant graduated with a advanced master's degree there. I think that was my 8th graduation so far this year, and I have 4 more to go. I must like it. I want to congratulate the students from the North Central Charter School. You've done a great job. We're very, very happy to have the charter school here in Fitchburg. It's a great public education, and we congratulate you on behalf of the city of Fitchburg. We hope you have a great career ahead of you, because it is a commencement, and we hope that everything works out great for you, and I'm sure it will. Thank you very much. It's very nice to be here, to be able to join with you this night.
So it's appropriate that I'm, well, kind of going first. Mayor Mylott went first, but I wanted to talk tonight about going first. When you guys are hanging out with a group of friends and just doing nothing, who is it that makes the first suggestion to get up and do something? When you're in class, are you thinking about that? All right. When you're in class and the teacher asks a really good, hard question, who is it that ventures the first response? Sometimes when I think about going first, I think about bike races and the way that a group of riders will share the responsibility of taking the lead. The rider in the front has the toughest job, because they have to cut through the wind with the rest of the riders just drafting behind them. To be fair, each rider takes the front for a turn, rotating through the lead in cooperation until competition gets the better of them and they make a break. But being out front, going first, you face the resistance. Sometimes I think about skiing, because I often think about skiing, which just happens to be one of my favorite things to do. If there is a great dump of snow, and I know that Miss Cat is here and does not like that big dump of snow, but if there's a good foot and a half, and you're lucky enough to be the first one on the mountain that day, there's nothing more pure than the feeling of floating through untracked, fresh powder. And if you're not a skier and don't know what I'm talking about, just you can maybe hear my voice or know that it's a great feeling. There's no one to follow. There's no one to set your path. Everything is possible. Each one of you graduating today is part of the first class to move on from our school. You've been the first ones to complete and present your senior projects to public audiences. You've been the first ones here to apply to and get into college. You've been the first ones to sign up for dual enrollment or serve as reading tutors for the younger students, or form a band, or set up a prom, or go through our school's curriculum. One thing I appreciate about this first group is how different they have all been in their individual approaches to going first. Some are jumpers and some are waders. If you can picture this, you're looking out at a cold body of water on a warm day. You know you want to swim, but you know that water is going to make your heart shoot into your throat. Do you jump? Do you just charge forward with a bit of a yee-haw and throw yourself in? Or do you wade? Do you stick a toe in to see just how cold it is? Then a little more of yourself, slowly, gradually, carefully, so as to allow your body to adjust as it goes. Graduates, raise your hand if you are a jumper. And now raise your hand if you are a waiter. Audience, jumpers? And waiters? I'm looking to see, my mom raised her hand. So definitely a waiter. So the world out there needs both jumpers and waiters. Most of all, it needs students and workers and citizens who are willing to go first. Just the briefest moment of thank you to the parents who went first with this school. So the parents of these graduates signed up for this school, many of you, before you could see a single classroom, before there was cement poured on this floor, and you went first, and I'm ever so grateful you did. And whether you waited or jumped, you went. So graduates, we send you out. What's so special about your unique experience of going first is that now you've already done it once. You know what it feels like. You know both how hard it can be, and you know its rewards, as do your parents, as do your teachers, and as do Miss Gallo and I. There is both opportunity and burden in going first. You've had the power to create, the freedom to cut fresh tracks, yet there's been no one to draft behind. You've faced the full resistance of being out front. It's been a privilege and an honor watching you grow up and watching you earn this graduation. I am very, very proud of all of you, and I wish you all the best in your future. Thank you. I would now like to introduce our first graduating senior speaker, Kate Rouleau-Wenis.
Some of us have been here for all 4 years, and some of us came in later. When I arrived the first day, I was amazed at how warm and comforted everyone made me feel. The teachers and students wanted to know more than just my name. They wanted to know me. This is one of many things that makes our school so unique. No matter where we come from or what we wear, we respect each other. As we agonize through Mr. Gallo's notebooks, explored Miss Tarantino's science fair, and fought through Miss Nemi's Les Mis unit, we found ourselves welcoming trial after trial. But one idea remained the same: think, care, act. This motto will stand out in each of our lives in many different ways. With each hurdle we faced, we became a support system, a family. I hope each of you do not dwell on the past, but use the memories of your classroom, your teachers, and your friends, and this community to strengthen your future and your individualism. Congratulations, class of 2006. We did it. And now I'd like to introduce Declan Keefe.
We are entering what seems like a new world. We all know it isn't, but so many things are going to change that it might as well be. In one eye, this world is much too large to take on by oneself, and yet in another, it can be considered infinitesimally small within this universe. Some of us will choose to pursue the world in its enormity, while others will pursue a path within it. Both are just as respectable, and neither could be pursued without our education. Knowledge is a powerful tool, the kind of tool that really makes a difference in the world. I think I can speak on behalf of everyone graduating here today when I say that we are ready to try and make use of this knowledge the best that we can. We will all move on, because that is the step that comes next. Right now, there's nothing more exciting than that next step. I'd like to wish this amazing first graduating class all good luck and good riddance. North Central Charter Essential School has prepared us for life beyond high school, and not just by teaching us within class, but by guiding us to become ourselves. It is amazing what the mind can do, and so we should all utilize its amazing capabilities as often as we can. NCCES has been an environment for minds to meet and confide in one another, and I hope it continues in this way for many graduating classes to come. A non-traditional school like this is not right for everybody, but for me and the 24 other graduating students, it was a perfect fit. A few weeks back, I said to somebody, "Everything is ending." They looked at me as if confused and replied, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'm graduating, and it will be all over when I get my diploma." They simply replied, "No. Everything is just beginning." I'd like to be the one to pass this message on to the rest of you, because now that I see it this way, everything is somehow much easier to understand and deal with. Everything is just beginning. I know for sure that I would not be the person I am today if I hadn't had the support of the great staff, administration, and most importantly to me, the great students. This is not just a class of 25 graduates, but a class of 25 friends who all happen to be taking on the world all at once. I'd like to introduce Kristen Kern.
I often wonder how things would have been different if I chose a different path for my education. Maybe I would have taken a few more tests, gone to the Museum of Science 5 more times, and pulled a few more all-nighters in an attempt to finish the pile of homework that was assigned to me every day. But I definitely would not have experienced what it's like to begin your freshman year at a camp. Spending your whole day outside bonding with your first advisory was different, and different took some getting used to. For most of us, North Central was a new beginning. It was a way to start over, make new friends, and try a more hands-on approach to learning. Without this school, most of us wouldn't have grown into the people we are today. 4 years has transformed small, wide-eyed children into opinionated adults. And the relationships we formed with each other and with our teachers will be carried with us in the future. This community has become more like a family. We supported each other during rough times, fought for what was right, even if we knew we couldn't win. We have seen the school's highest highs, lowest lows, and experienced the constant support of our teachers during well-developed paragraphs, countless presentations, and the dreaded senior projects. Going to school in an old shoe factory isn't always easy, but we've come to learn that a non-traditional learning environment puts the same knowledge into your head and allows you to tell more interesting stories. Who else can say that they've had waiters during their lunch period, or were greeted by a pool of fish when entering the boys' room? We have eaten pizza every Thursday, watched Cool Hand Luke at least once a year, and I've spent more time playing video games on the upstairs computers than actually doing schoolwork. Sorry. Regular walks to the Fitchburg Public Library were always fun, and who could ever forget the day of caring, where black t-shirts caused such a commotion. Tonight is what we've been eagerly awaiting since preschool. The same kids that walked into daycare centers and pre-K programs with our Power Ranger lunchboxes and side ponytails sit here today high school graduates. Good for us for making it this far. Not everyone does. Tomorrow morning starts a new chapter in our lives, and I certainly can't wait to see how we all end up. And now I would like to introduce Janelle Rattray and Rachel Holden.
In a factory in Fitchburg, there was a school. Not a nasty, dirty, wet factory filled with the beginnings of shoes and a shoesy smell. Nor yet a dry, bare, dusty factory with nothing to sit down on or to eat. It was a school factory, and that means comfort. Comfort to express ourselves, comfort to study what we want, and comfort in our relationships with teachers.
Tangent number 1. You know what else is comfortable? The chairs in the Resource Center. I'll miss those chairs. And tangent.
At other schools, the teachers treat their students as numbers or mindless drones. The teachers at this school, however, have always treated us as people. Since my first day here, our teachers have cared about us as students and have helped us get where we are today. For example, Ms. Tarantino gave Kristen a ride here about 2 hours ago. Even though some teachers have changed, or left and come back, or simply showed up one day, their attitude and open-mindedness to us as individuals, as our own unique people, has never changed, or left and come back, or simply shown up. They have allowed, indeed encouraged us to pursue our own goals and interests.
Tangent number B. Once an independent study, Miss Nemi approached us with a piece of paper saying, "You'll never guess what I just found." She then showed us a picture of Oscar Wilde's character Dorian Gray riding a rubber chicken as one would a horse. A few weeks later in Harvard Square, we ran across an action figure of Oscar Wilde in a store that also happened to sell rubber chickens. We bought these for Miss Nemi. When we gave them to her, she caught our drift immediately. Oscar Wilde now sits proudly astride a rubber chicken on her bookshelf next to her Shakespeare bobblehead. And tangent.
Sometimes, to put it bluntly, we just weren't interested in what we studied in class. Usually, though, when this was the case, we found that we had the freedom to study what we chose in an independent or group project. For example, when a group of us didn't care about history as a subject, Mr. Gallo allowed us to spend the semester studying absurdist theater through history. This project culminated in a student-run production of one act from Henrik Ibsen's play The Wild Duck, something you would not see in a normal high school. This project required us to come in at 7 a.m. for rehearsal sometimes, and despite the lack of sleep, we still gained a deeper understanding of something we enjoyed. A more general example of this would be the senior projects, which gave every student a chance to study in depth a topic which interested them.
Tangent number Q. This wasn't always a good thing. Once, in English, we were given the freedom to study a topic from a list and demonstrate our learning in whatever way we chose. This resulted in a sock puppet production of a reduced version of Goethe's Faust, in which the narrator was a ninja. And tangent.
To be or not to be. That is the question asked by many high school students, and we were fortunate enough to have the freedom to be whoever we wanted. Well, not literally. I tried and tried, but I'm still waiting to become Godot. But seriously, at this school, we don't need to follow anybody to fit in. We all know how to think for ourselves, and we are all individuals. We all know how to work things out for ourselves, and we don't let anyone tell us what to do. If there's one thing I'm taking away from this school, it's knowing how to be comfortable with who I am.
Tangent number pineapple. Take Pat. Each and every day during calculus class, while the rest of us wrestled with antiderivatives, Pat would take Miss Janae's not quite empty coffee cup and draw a picture on it. Some of those pictures even ended up helping us raise money for a trip to Europe. Pat did manage to learn some math in between the drawings, but at the end of the year, I think he felt a much greater sense of accomplishment when he looked at his pile of creative and unique cups, rather than when he looked at the pile of papers covered in equations. And since Pat goes to this school, Miss Janae, our math teacher, instead of being angry about that, is just as proud as he is.
In a school, in a factory, there was a graduating class. Not a boring, mindless, dull graduating class filled with drones in a single mind, nor yet an angry, disagreeable graduating class with nothing in common to discuss. It was our graduating class, and that means comfort.
As a final tangent, I'd like you all to know that here at NCCES, we do know how to count. The unique numbering format of my tangents was a tribute to our wonderful science teacher, Miss Tarantino.
And now I'd like to introduce Erin Keywell.
Welcome to the graduation of Misfit Toys. That's what we are. Not misfit in a bad way, but our own interesting personalities. We are the kids that would not have had this much fun at a regular school. We came here from all over looking for something different. Some of us came to the first meeting, just curious to see what this was going to be. Mr. Garbus and Ms. Gallo sucked us in with promises of a sense of community, a good education, and good teachers. We were little munchkins when we all met. None of the boys had any facial hair, and they were all quite short. But we grew closer at camp, then we moved to the hotel. We filled our time at the hotel with fun and learning. Then at school, we did awesome projects like, how do we get food to the proverbial table? What does it take to be a man? How does time affect man and his environment? And my all-time favorite, the Renaissance Project with Sister Wendy. As time went by, some of the kids decided that the school wasn't for them, or they just wanted to jump ship to something easier. Our grade got smaller and smaller until we became what you see before you today. They may have sucked us in with promises of a sense of community, a good education, and good teachers, but I don't think we got any of those. We got an extremely close-knit community, a great education, and wonderful teachers. We are all a bunch of weird kids, but I know I would not change any of these kids if the world depended on it. They have inspired me in some way, whether it was inspiring a little bit of anger or overwhelming joy for knowing them and having them in my life. I just wanted to say this to all my misfit toy friends. Continue to be a misfit, because you only get one chance to be the weirdo that you really are. And this world is too full of people trying to be normal. Be proud to be a misfit toy. As the announcement voice once said, go to where you need to be, or something. And have you seen my duck? And thank you to all the teachers for letting me become who I was meant to be. I couldn't have done it without all your encouragement, support, and love. Thank you. Hey, Tessa. Do it. On behalf of the class of 2006, we just wanted to present these flowers and wrapped package to Ms. Gallo because she is graduating with us.
We're in tight quarters. The flowers are going to... Can I put them back down there? We don't... I'm going to put them down. Thanks. At this time, I'm going to ask the front row to rise. Mr. Ciotta?
The students of North Central Charter Essential School, having honorably completed the course of study for graduation prescribed by the Board of Trustees and the Massachusetts Department of Education, are presented with this diploma.
We're going to do this slowly enough because we're small enough so that everyone gets a photo up and we actually practice this as graduation. Michael Joseph Camara. With the diploma? No diplomas, we're just... I thought I was missing something. Courtney Lee Clark. J. Raymond Cormier. Nicole Lynn Marie Cormier. Anna Lee Creedon. Kristen Ann Curran. Megan Alicia Eckwall. Kristen Tarantino Harrington. Shanice Danae Hewitt. Rachel Elizabeth Holden. Declan Barrett Keefe. Erin Nicole Keywell. Samuel Francis Burton King. Katie Lynn LaBelle. Kaylee Diane Lorette.
Turn.
Tessa Virginia May. Nicole Judith Metcalf. Eric Vilho Mulligan. Patrick David Ramey. Janelle Rachel Rattray. Kate Marie Rulo Wayness. Thadrian Joel Sweeney. Cassandra Lynn Trombley Von Lee. Matthew Carl Vesper. Thomas Cunningham Watkin. At this time, I would like to ask Shanice Hewitt to come forward. Shanice?
At this time, I would like to ask the class of 2006 to please rise. And to join me in the turning of our tassels from left to right to signify that we are now graduates.
Not yet. It's just This is my last assignment, my senior project. I could play with font size, experiment with wide margins, ask for an extension, look for long, meaningful quotes from poets or politicians. What can I possibly say in this last teachable moment? Teaching True teaching, according to naturalist John Talmadge, is the act of bearing witness to own a truth you have lived beyond all pretense. Since your very first day of school, passionate teachers have been sharing truths with you. We are an interesting group, your teachers. We care about amazing things. We care about Dante, Chaucer, Milton, Aristotle, Einstein, Darwin, Pythagoras, Archimedes, Descartes, and essential questions. We have asked you to learn math, speak a language, care about the environment, and love literature. We have watched you paint a canvas and sing a solo. We have asked you to do community service, present senior project, and to live well. We have expected you to come to class, to work hard, and yes, to challenge those old, comfortable limits. In our time together, we have watched you struggle with your truths. You have known true friends and lost false ones. You have taken bows on the stage, dribbled on the court, and cradled your lacrosse sticks. You have grappled with failure and fairness. You have felt sorrow and success. You have laughed, loved, and learned. Gandhi called his life experiments with truth. Truth seeks expression. The truth of your experience and of yourself can come through only in your own voice. The value of having a voice is that you are allowed to communicate who you are. Since your arrival, this school has honored your voice. Having a voice, however, is not enough. The power comes in knowing when and how to use it. The strength comes in knowing when to be silent. Having a voice is an awesome responsibility. We have urged that your voice sing with adventure and imagination, for it is this spirit that fills the world with creativity and joy. But your voice must also speak with knowledge, for it is knowledge that is the key to wisdom. Your voice must offer gratitude, for without it you cannot recognize the blessings of each day. But most of all, your voice must resonate with integrity, for without integrity, you cannot bear witness to any truth. To the graduates in the class of 2006 and to your families, I have loved our time together. Your laughter has a place in my heart. As you head out into this world, may you always think, care, and act. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and now I'm going to ask Tom to lead us in the recessional. Tom? Ms. Spingler?